What are you doing? What are you guys doing?
Not guys, girls. You're senile, Monique. You're senile. What do you mean, guys? What do you mean, guys? This girl. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? All right. Are you good?
I'm ready. I'm ready for you guys.
All right, cool. That's Monique. Be nice. Yeah. Be nice.
He doesn't have to be nice. It's okay.
Not he. She. You're senile again. Not he. Yeah, she's saying he and he. Not he. Not
yeah. I need to reflect upon that. And I'm asking you, why are you she now? What's up?
What do you mean why? Transgender girl. What do you mean why?
So does that mean
why? Transgender girl. Miss Elegante, G-string lingerie. Don't you see why? $16 million of profound physical fitness. What do you look like, Monique? That's what Miss Elegante looks like. See the legs and the ass?
Let me see the ass.
Bed for you got the picture?
Did you? Well, okay. Did you get tits? Did you lop it off? Like, what are you doing?
We don't do nothing like that, Monique. You're a little brain dead today. Miss Elegante don't tamper with the body, the gorgeous body of Miss Elegante, right? Don't take no hormones, no operations, no surgery. A little stupid today, right? But I forgive you. I love you.
So talk to me about Beach Cafe, because, I used to see you all the time when I lived on the east side.
What happened? Then you went broco, and then you moved from the Upper East Side. You went.
Oh, no. I actually went rich.
You left the high rent district. What happened? Be honest with me. Be candid. I love you.
You know what?
Share it with Miss Ellie. Give it to me in the vernacular. I want to hear your vernacularity.
You know what?
That word vernacularity.
Upper East Side is a little boring. It's a little pat. The ceilings are low. So I moved to the West Side.
Monique, it's not boring. It's not boring. It's boring for the people that are sexually dead and brain dead, right? They're not boring. What are you talking about? You're dealing with the upper crust. You're dealing with all the millionaires, the multimillionaires, all the stockbrokers, the lawyers, the entertainers, the writers, all the people that have made New York City the most powerful megalopolis. You like that word? Megalopolis in the world. What are you talking about? I gave you the gangster words. What are you talking about?
So what are you going to be doing for Steve Grillo's podcast channel?
I'll tell you what, Monique. I'm going to drop back for a second. I'm going to bring in Mr. Art Klein. Mr. Art Vernon, my boss, who bankrolls my luxurious and lavish lifestyle. He's taken $1 million out of his bank account. And furthermore, you wouldn't believe this, Monique. Mr. Vernon's been married. Let's have a big standing ovation for 50 years now. And his wife for 50 years said, if you keep giving Miss Elegante bankrolling her, I'm leaving you. And Mr. Vernon said, I'm going to give you a boot in the hole. Get out. I'm never divorcing Miss Elegante. Here's Mr. Vernon right now.
Hi, Monique. Let me get on screen. Hi, Monique.
Hey. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? What's up?
All right, so maybe you can tell me in non-Miss Elegante nomenclature what the hell she's doing.
So you know that Miss Elegante appeared with Howard Stern over 9.5 years, 176 shows, and was the most highly rated guest by the audience and also the most hated guest. Steve has created a channel in which he's hoping to feature all of the Stern superstars.
Let's just stop. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Mr. Vernon. Don't hit me. When I give that laugh, that maniacal laugh, Stern said, Elegant, that's your maniacal laugh. You see, Mr. Vernon, trying to always be politically correct as a rabbi, a person of the shul, at the synagogue. So, he always has to be careful. He has to guard his words. I don't guard nothing. You don't like it? What are you going to do about it? Right? I'm Miss Elegante. So here's Mr. Vernon. You got to listen to it. This is a classic of Mr. Vernon. This is beyond belief. This is beyond description. This is beyond definition. This is beyond comprehension.
Oh, my God, I'm waiting. Go ahead.
Mr. Vernon, hold it. Mr. Vernon just said to Monique, he wants to gather all the superstars from the past. There are no superstars.
It's only you. It's only you, sweetheart.
They're all mud. They're all crud. They're all saps. They're all dead on earth. They're dead on their feet. They're dead on the water. Only Miss Elegante and possibly Steve Grillo was a kind of a good hitter. Only Miss Elegante captivated Stern for 9.5 years. I'm the one. Go ahead, Art.
So, Steve offered the opportunity because he's created this AftershockXL network
Yes.
and has invited Miss Elegant to have her own show on the network. So over the next several weeks, we're going to be looking for a co-host, and then we'll be launching It's Elegance World. That's what we decided to call the show on the Aftershock Network.
So what are you going to be talking about on the show?
Miss Elegant does a number of different things. There's always some contemporary conversation. We call it Elegant Elucidates Everything. Either something from the news or something that's going on in the world. And Miss Elegant is the foremost authority in the world on health and wellness. The foremost authority on health and wellness. For those who don't know, Miss Elegant and God, who Miss Elegant refers to as Hashem, meaning the name, have a close personal relationship. And one of the things that Miss Elegant will want to do is to let the world know about Miss Elegant's relationship with God and how important God is in her life and in everybody's life.
Is it elegante or is it elegant?
It's Miss Elegant in English and Miss Elegante in Spanish.
So you seem to have a great respect for Howard, and I seriously am asking you this question.
Did I say that I had a great respect for Howard, or are you putting words in my mouth?
I'm putting words in your mouth because...
Don't do that, Monique. Don't do that. That's not nice. Don't do that, Monique.
All right, let me ask you a question. Do you think that he's gay?
Who's gay?
Howard.
I never thought about it, Monique. I'm answering you right straight out. I never thought about it one way or the other. It wouldn't matter to me if he was or wasn't.
No. I'm sure it wouldn't. But, you know, he's very about cock talk and bizarre things like that nowadays. So I was just curious, have you listened to the show at all? Have you?
Monique, let me make it crystal clear, emphatically clear. I know you like those words, abundantly clear, diaphanously clear.
I do.
Diaphanously clear. I know you like these words. You'll be looking them up in a dictionary.
But diaphanous is really more like a gauzy kind of flowy type of thing.
Monique, let me tell you what it is. It's a see-through, transparent kind of fabric. And
like a gauze.
When we use the word, it's like saying transparently clear, translucently clear. We're using the word to say that you can see right through it, period. Clear, right through it. Translucent, transparently clear, diaphanously clear, abundantly clear, crystallized, crystal clear, all of the same, in the same family, synonymous with one another, that you can see it without any blur, right? Okay, so I don't know what Stern's been talking about. To answer your question, I've never listened to Stern, never heard one show of his. I put my hand up to the Abishter. That's in Yiddish. It means the one up above. Never in 25 years have I ever heard one show, unless I'm on the show. Then I heard them all 10 times over. Only when I, Miss Elegant, I have no interest in hearing his fart jokes. I have no interest in seeing his hookers and harlots that he brings onto the show. I have no interest in seeing those no talent bums that are around him. I have no point and no purpose. When the major talent and the major focus of the show, when I go on the show and I bring the show to a standstill and I turn the show upside down and backwards and forwards and inside out, and I take over meaning it's good if I can take over Stern in my domain. I go into his domain and I take over the whole joint. So I'm only interested in seeing those shows.
So let me ask you a question. What does an average day look like for you? What are you doing when you're not doing this? So
I just told Steve Grillo, so I'll tell it to you. I'm up in the morning by 6:30 a.m. or even earlier, and I'm getting dressed for shul, and it's by 7:30 a.m. every day like clockwork. I'm at 419 East 77th Street with Rabbi Benzion Krasniansky at the Chabad House and Ethan Stein and all the other members of the Minyan. By about 9 o'clock a.m. or thereabouts, I'm back at my Midtown East apartment, which Mr. Art Vernon, my treasured friend, even though I'm ribbing him a little bit today, I love him more than anything in the world. He bankrolls everything for me, so I'm back in the apartment. At that point, I'm gathering my medical work together from the digestive system, from the endocrine system, from the male and female reproductive system, from the circulatory system, from the respiratory system, and I'm getting ready to do learning with two different doctors, Fifth Avenue doctors who learn with me via telephone, bankrolled also by Rabbi Vernon. And then afterwards, I'm doing some light weightlifting, flies, 10-pound flies, up and down, arm work, anterior deltoid work, and then I'm steaming my my lunch. It's usually organic tofu and organic brown rice, or steamed brown rice together, and raw onions, tomatoes and cucumbers and red pepper, steaming it together. And then I'm going out a little while after that, and I'm going out for a first girly run, and then I come back, take a shower, take a nap.
How far do you run? What's a normal run?
I don't run too far. I just run 3, 4, 5 miles at a time. I don't run too far. So 3, 4, 5 miles, take a shower, go to bed, take a nap, get up, and get ready for the second run of the evening run, which we're talking about at the Beach Cafe just now, which is usually about 7 o'clock at night. And that's why I told Steve Grillo that he should be extra honored that I'm on this show now, because this is cutting into my running time, meaning I would be preparing right now, getting on my Nike high caliber running shoes and getting ready to, be on the Upper East Side, entertaining the world and electrifying the world and enthralling the Upper East Side with my running. And
does that give you a rush though, when you, like, I used to see you when I would walk my dogs, and you always got so much adulation as you would run down
right.
2nd Avenue.
Well, yes. Well, that thank you for noticing that, Monique. That adulation and that admiration has never changed. I'm doing this in Manhattan, 30 and a half years in public, high caliber running in girls' lingerie. Most of those years are in Midtown East and the Upper East Side. A few of those years were in Miami Beach on Collins Avenue and Harding Avenue. And yes, it is a known fact, and thank you for understanding it and verifying that. I have the city, whoever it is, young, old, black, white, color, race, creed, I have the world at a breathless, motionless, speechless, drop dead kind of a standstill as I'm going by in vagina high G-string lingerie. And the amazing part, being a girl, Monique, you'll understand this. Most girls, real girls, born girls, so when they reach the age of 35 or 40, they go through a metamorphosis. And you know what the metamorphosis is. And I don't know that you've gone through that. I hope you haven't. But most women do. 98% of women that I've come in contact, got tons of women in my life. So the first thing that happens, the belly goes out. From the flat belly, the belly goes out. The hips go straight. The curvy hips go straight. And
they become a box. They're
right,
like a box.
Right. And the ass gets flat. So that's the metamorphosis. But in my case, Baruch Hashem, my body,
Baruch atah Adonai,
has never changed. The aging process has never changed. So as statuesque and as picturesque as I look back 30 years ago, 28 years ago, I have the pictures. My body is basically like 98, 99% the same. My skin, unblemished, no acne, no cakes, no pop marks.
Let me see. Come close to me. Let me see you. Let me see that delicious skin. Beautiful.
Well, thank you, Monique.
Beautiful. So let me ask you a question, because I know you love this adulation and I know you love the running. How has COVID affected your day-to-day life now?
Well, it hasn't.
I'm just saying there's no people. Like, we don't have the people we used to have.
Well, for a while that was right, but actually it's not anymore. Because now, since our wonderful mayor and governor have loosened up and they went in from phase 1 to phase 4, as you're aware. So now the Upper East Side and Midtown East is more saturated than ever because there's no indoor dining, but they're letting the people do the outdoor dining.
Right.
So everybody is bringing their tables and their grandmother's tables out into the sidewalk and onto the gutter even. So there's actually more people now over the last month or last few weeks than ever. So the adulation is better than ever because the streets are packed. They're saturated.
I know. I plan on meeting you, as a matter of fact, next week when I get back to the city. I actually live 2 blocks away from Grillo right now. I know you think we're slumming because we live on the west side, but it's actually...
I'll tell you, Monique, you are great. I got to give you the maniacal laugh from third. That was great because, I do. But listen, I have a lot of respect for Steve. As I told him, one of the reasons, not even knowing him that good, Stern, just to say that that Grillo's his number one man. So I, just by that, I have a lot of respect for Steve. And
yeah, I'm looking forward to your show, and I'm curious because I know you haven't been on the Stern Show in a while, yet you are synonymous with him.
Just one final word, Monique, about the COVID, since you asked. So here's the way I'm looking at it. Number one, whatever Dr. Fauci said to the world about resting, that's erroneous, fallacious, and mendacious. Let's not buy into it. The only way that if a person is experiencing any symptomatology of the viral infection, the upper respiratory infection of the COVID, with nausea, with weakness, fatigue, vomiting, any of those symptoms, temperature, the best way, you have to push yourself. You have to have the greatest discipline. You have to push yourself to get out there, regardless if you feel faint, weak. You have to push yourself into at least a very minimal, brisk walking, if not light trotting or jogging, or if you're up to it, even running. Make your body 2 times a day, morning and night, soaking wet. As I said to Steve, the Rabboni Shalom, God in heaven, created 4 ways from the beginning of mankind, and it'll be that way till the end of mankind, till there's no more world and no more people. The only 4 ways to take out the toxins and toxicity and possible toxemia from the body is through urination, urinary bladder, stool, evacuation, sigmoid colon, respiration, breathing, and perspiration, what you just said, having all the poison come through the porous pores of the skin. That's the absolute best way. There's other ways, of course, loading your body up with antioxidant vitamins C and even B, zinc, all of these things, loading up on that, having the most purified lifestyle, watching the hygiene. These are all. But one last note on this, Monique, which is the most important. My rabbi, who is a genius, Rabbi Krasniansky from Chabad Lubavitch, the most religious people of the world, of all of our cultures, he said that he believed that God brought this COVID-19 into the world because this is the according to Talmud and Torah, this is the beginning of the darkest days. It's right before Mashiach, the Messiah coming, and we're all going to be in a different world, in a different place in Israel, and everybody's going to be no more disease, no more death, and no more fighting, no more strife. And that's what he believed. This is the darkest days right before the Messiah comes. And I have a different take on it. My take was simple. Dear God is giving fair warning to the world that all of the people that are engaging in pernicious, perfidious, predacious, predatory kind of activity, they better cease and desist immediately.
Like what? What's predacious activity to you?
Predacious, but I'll come to that. 1 second, Monique. Predacious and predatory. I didn't say predacious, predacious. Predacious.
I got it.
Okay, now, one more second. In other words, dear God has it up to here. He has it, there's a Jewish word, the rabbi will tell you in a moment, up to the nostrils with all the corruption, the depravity, the deranged, the demented goings on by his children. The children, whether they're Jewish, everybody belongs to dear God. He's fed up. He's threatening the end of the world to mankind as we know it. And think of this, Monique, you're a bright girl. You're a bright girl. When the thing was getting out of hand in March and April, there was a shortage on hospitals, nurses, doctors, bed supplies, masks, etc. If that continued, we were going to be looking, as we know it today, the beginning of the end of mankind. This was not going to be able to continue. So I made a statement that all of the people, all of the riffraff, the septic tank, slime, scum, and scourge of the earth, get on your knees. Go to dear God earnestly, sincerely, wholeheartedly, wholesomely, and say you're going to amend your ways. No more crime, no more criminal activity, no more corruption. You're going to live in God's image, godliness, holiness, righteousness, acts of goodness, kindness, niceness, and sweetness to the next human being. make a vow, make an oath, make a pledge to dear God, and then maybe dear God will, in his abounding kindness and goodness and mercy, will forgive all of these wanton sinners and let our world continue and move forward and flourish to the days of the Messianic era and the world to come.
Amen, Miss Elegante. Let me ask you a quick question before I leave you. So, okay, you haven't been on the Stern Show in forever. What would you tell Stern if you could directly address him like you used to be able to today?
That's a big question, Monique. And I don't know that in a short period of time I can give you all the answers to that. The first thing I want to say is that I bear no cross, I bear no axe. I wish him well. I wish him good things. As far as my being or not being on the show, it had nothing to do with I or him directly. It had to do with other garbage, human garbage that was on the show. We don't have to mention any names, that kind of infiltrated our relationship. It never had anything to do. Stern loved Miss Elegant. The first show I was ever on, he said I look like Sarah Jessica Parker. He said I sound feminine, I look feminine. He played right into where I want to go. He said walk out slow so I can look at your fine ass. It stays forever. He said you're interesting and fascinating. I like Miss Elegant. He wanted me to go to Las Vegas when they were giving out the Marconi Awards to accept the award for him because he knew what a galvanizing and euphonious and scintillating speaker that I was in public. So it was never about him. It was about the beef stews, all of the invidious troglodytes and parasites and bedlamites that he had around him. And do I miss those days? I can't even say that I miss him because I'm in a different world right now. I'm in a world where we're going with merchandise and products and licensing and all these different things. So it's like it was great when it was there. I'm missing nothing. My life is complete. I have complete godliness in my life, always looking to do anything I can for the next human being, including not just with words, with giving out money. And I don't mean $5 and $10. Giving money, tzedakah, charity, to anybody that I believe needs it or is worthy of it. So my focus, the focal point, make the world a healthier and better and safer and cleaner and holier place to live in. And I should do whatever I can do to
achieve that goal,
which will be pleasing to the one up above, the dear God. Do I miss the Stern Show? I do not miss it. I wish Stern good luck and good success. It was nice while it was there. I was happy times while it was there, and that's it. Everything has a time limit to it.
Of course.
That was the time limit, and that was it. And
so why don't you promote your website for me so that we know where to buy Miss Elegante merchandise?
Art is going to do that with you, but before he does it, Monique, I just want to say, because I said this before, I want to say it one more time. I personally am disgraced of the website. I would never do anything like that because a person of Mr. Vernon's standing and stature and wealth, for him to put up, or their people, maybe he didn't do it, I'm sorry, their technicians to put up a GoFundMe page asking for $2 and $10. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the items that the girl put up, she wanted to sell my T-shirt without my name on it and without Gangster Talk writing on it. You couldn't give it away. So the products were horrible. The promotion was horrible. But again, I have nothing to say. I'm just thrilled that, Mr. Vernon bankrolls me to the point of, a couple of $100,000 a year. And this has been going on now that he's taken out $1 million out of his own bank account to keep my lavish lifestyle going. So let him talk about the website, and hopefully he's going to make some radical changes on it. Monique,
all right. Well, we look forward to you having your own podcast, by the way, and yeah. I'm excited for that as well. All right, good. Tell me what's going on with him.
www.eleganceworld. Elegant is right. There are not a lot of products there now. One of the things we just did not long ago, because of the COVID thing, is there is an Elegance World face mask, high quality face mask that can be ordered there. But the primary thing that we want to push from the website is more intimate contact with Miss Elegant. So there's an Elegance Minute option for a minute on the phone with Miss Elegant. There's a longer option of a 5-minute call. And we're planning on beginning some kind of a Zoom opportunity for small groups of people to interact directly with Miss Elegant. I think most viewers, if you haven't seen the podcast, go check it out.
For going forward, though, you're going to be on Steve's Aftershocks, right?
We're going to be on Aftershock. That's going to begin next week. We did a promo tonight, and then the show will evolve from there. And there will be more and more products over the next several weeks that will be launched on the website. We're going into a major licensing effort, all kinds of things that will have Elegance name and Elegance World associated with them so that people can participate in the Elegance World lifestyle.
Excellent. Looking forward to it.
Monique, can I just close out with one last item here?
Yes.
So,
you sexy beast. Can I see that ass, please? Can I?
Yes, you can, Monique.
Oh, I can't see it. I need the computer down a little bit. God damn it, I need that ass right now.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Now, there we go. There it is.
Okay, there we go.
The legs, ass, and hips. Yes,
Okay.
the tantalized American. So, Monique, I have a better thought with all the goings on, but just keep it in the forefront of your cerebrum. So it goes like this. I was mentioning this preliminarily to Steve Grillo that rather than all these things with the aftershock, I mean that's good too, but why don't we put together, for example, since I see that I didn't know you, I with all due respect, I didn't know who you are. So, but thank you for knowing who I am. But I see you're a bright girl. So why don't we all put together some, on regular radio show, just let me finish, not serious, where you get limited audience, free radio, and we'll get sponsors, or we'll have to pay for sponsors at the beginning, and it will be like Elegant Grillo and Monique. We could entertain the world. We can bedazzle the world. We can benumb the world. We can befuddle the world. The world will be in our hands. Sponsors will be coming to us. They'll be throwing money at us after they hear what kind of shows we can do as a trio. If that was manageable, or you thought, again, I'm not in the business world. I'm only in the starlet world. But if that sounded interesting, I'm sure I can get my underworld people, my gangsters, to fund, F-U-N-D, fund this operation so that we can get started. And once we get started, we won't have to pay for sponsors. They'll be paying for us in the millions. So I just want to leave you with that thought.
Love that thought. Thank you so much, Miss Elegante, for coming on my show. Totally appreciate you. Totally look forward to meeting you, hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so.
That's right.
And I'm looking forward to your Aftershock show. And listen, you know what? Baby steps. I get what you're saying about the radio thing, but baby steps. Go out there, show the world what you have. Show the world that you're not just a guy full of big words. That's
not guy, girl.
And prove it. Show them who you are, show them what you got.
I think I've proved it for 30 years in a row with my optimum health, profound physical fitness, and pristine physical condition. But we'll continue to do that. So thanks a lot, Monique, and God willing, we'll be seeing you very shortly.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Steve, thank you. Love you. And I'll see you next week.
Okay, see you next week. Bye.
All right. Bye, sweeties. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any discussion at radiogunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Radiogunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so that you know when we're going to have a new show. Thanks.